For those 5 of you that have never heard of the Long Way TV series, it began back in 2004 when Jedi Master Ewan McGregor and his sidekick Robin, aka Charlie Boorman, basically started the whole adventure motorcycling vlogging scene. They rode their bikes about 19,000 miles from London to New York City. Obviously a support crew. What? No, they didn't go through the ocean, Dave. This wasn't a sailing show. How does your head work, Dave? I'm really curious on that. Anyway, they had quite a large support crew following them, which even included a third rider to film them and a team doctor. Get your motorbike news in a pleasant way. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss the next episode. Welcome back to Long Way Home, everyone. Lovely to see your smiling faces again. Today we're talking about our good old friends Ewan and Charlie. 3 years after the original Long Way Round, Obi-Wan and Robin reunited again for Long Way Down, where they employed the same recipe to go down this time from the northern tip of Scotland to the southern tip of Africa in Cape Town, South Africa. The crew obviously missed a lot of their geography classes since Cape Town is not the southernmost point in Africa. That award belongs to Cape Agulhas, some 130 miles away. The more you know. I personally have enjoyed watching both of these series on numerous occasions, and if you haven't seen them, I strongly suggest that you do. Oh, and they obviously have nothing to do with the name of this channel. Long Way Home refers to when you ride your motorcycle wherever you may be and wherever you may go, you will always return home. But when you are riding a bike, more often than not, you will choose to take a much longer way back home. So yeah, there's that. After Long Way Down, Ewan said there was no third show on the cards for him because he found it very difficult to be away from his family for such a long time. Charlie Boorman obviously never had this problem since he was later involved in a whole bunch of other TV shows and even participated in the Dakar Rally until he unfortunately broke his hands. But now, in 2019, things have changed a little. In a recent interview last week about Watches of All Things, Charlie confirmed that the third installment named Long Way Up will start filming in a couple of months. He also confirmed that Ewan is on board. It wouldn't be Long Way anywhere without him. And that this time the route will take them from Fin del Mundo in Chile, South America. It's the middle of winter there now, so it's probably why they're waiting a couple more months, to Los Angeles. The new show should then be called Long Way Half Up, since if we take a look at a map, there is a hell of a lot of land north from Los Angeles. It's as they say, the buck doesn't stop at LA. What do you mean nobody says that? Of course they say that, don't they? Well, they should. Anyway, they could continue to Canada and then to Alaska, but if they start their trip at the beginning of September, as a few months suggests, by the time they get to LA, it will be the middle of autumn, and riding a bike in winter in Canada and Alaska seems not very wise. If they wanted to do the whole continent, they could do the trip the other way around. Let's hydrate a little. If they wanted to do the whole continent, they could do the trip the other way around. Start in summer in Alaska, and by the time they get to Chile in late autumn, I don't think there will be a problem with the cold weather riding. But then it couldn't be called Long Way Up since they were going down, so they would have to go with something else like Long Way Down again but somewhere else, or something to those lines. Let us know in the comments what you would think would be a perfect route for this trip, and maybe somewhere else completely different than the Americans. Let's see what kind of ideas we get. Bikes. What bikes are they going to be taking with them? Nobody knows. There isn't even an ounce of rumor regarding the bikes they will be riding. However, there's so much choice in the adventure market right now that they can really pick up almost any brand and they'll be fine. My money, however, is on the new BMW 1250 GS, since BMW is really investing a lot in marketing these days, trying to convince everyone that these bikes can handle these sort of long adventure rides, and will probably throw a lot of money in Ewan and Charlie. But who knows? On a related note, however, Ewan just this month became Moto Guzzi's ambassador for their new recently launched V85 TT adventure bike. Although it's highly unlikely they will be taking this smallish adventure bike around the world, one Facebook user made a comment that had me laughing for days. Tours of the Americas via Moto Guzzi dealerships. Because they'll be breaking down very often, Dave. You see? Or do I have to explain everything to you? In his interview, Charlie also said that this series will have a few little surprises. We're not going to do it traditionally, so there's going to be a little twist. Are they going to be riding their bikes backwards? No idea on what the twist could be yet. They could be taking their wives along. In the Long Way Down series, Ewan had his wife ride along on a smaller 650 GS for a little bit of the journey, and while he surely enjoyed it, it probably wasn't that nice for Charlie. One thing is for sure, the first two series definitely started an adventure riding madness throughout the world, and this third series is surely going to whet all of our appetites for much longer motorcycle adventure rides. Well, that's the show, everybody. If you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and if you think you've learned something, consider subscribing or becoming a patron to help us make more of these shows. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.